My name is Luisa Dempere. I work at the University of Florida in the College of Engineering as an engineer and as the director of a research service facility. So we analyze samples using complex instrumentation, and we fabricate pieces that are at a very small scale. So this is all called nanotechnology and nanofabrication. Okay, my role is, so I'm the director of the center. I'm also an engineer. And so I oversee a staff of 10 engineers that work in the analysis of samples and in the nanofabrication. So I help them coordinate and prioritize their activities, as well as I help them facilitate the discussions of the methodologies that we're going to use, the instruments, the techniques that we're going to use for the analysis of samples or for the fabrication that we're going to do. And I also help them to organize the activities so we can maximize the efficiency and productivity of the team. I typically spend the day having meetings with my staff, discussing requests of users of the facility, and a bunch of administrative duties like budgets, purchases, contracts, and reports. Oh, my favorite part. My favorite part is that every day there is something new. Every day there is new customers with new science problems, with new samples, with new ideas. So it's never, ever boring. The least favorite part is I adore instrumentation, and I adore operating the instruments. I adore the hands-on characterization, manipulation of the instrumentation. So because I'm the director, I don't get to spend as much time as I wish I could in the operation of the instruments, which is, as I said, I find fascinating. Okay, I fell in love with science in high school. I got this super cool chemistry teacher that made me completely crazy, fall in love with chemistry. So when I graduated from high school, the easiest decision for me was what I wanted to study because I was in love with chemistry. So I went to study chemistry in college, and I had the opportunity to volunteer in a lab that had acquired a bunch of very fancy microscopes. So volunteering there, I fell in love with microscopes. I fell in love with electron microscopes, and all the sciences, all the science questions and the mysteries that it could be resolved using the microscopes. So when I graduated from college, my goal was working in a lab that did analysis of materials characterization, using instrumentation, but I was made aware very quickly that if I wanted to work in a lab like that and not sit forever just in a microscope and never had any other professional opportunities, I probably needed to go to graduate school. So I did my master's and my PhD in material science and engineering, and tried to pick all my classes and all my projects as closely as possible related to materials characterization and analysis. And that's what eventually landed me a job in a materials characterization lab, a microscopy lab. So we'll say persistence. Persistence to me is the key to success. There have been many steps through college, even in high school, through graduate school, when I had come short to reaching one of the goals that I had. And sometimes you feel like maybe you should quit. Maybe this is just not what you were meant to do with your life. Maybe this is not your strength. But persistence has always been the key in my life to final success. So I think that we're all getting too used to the idea that success should come natural or easy in the field that you choose, if it's that's what's meant for you. But I don't think that's true. I think that you create your success with persistence, with perseverance, with consistency, with keep trying, getting up and keep trying. And so that has helped me to be successful. And I think is something to always keep in mind. Never underestimate the power of persistence. So the only thing I want to say, there is something that I said to my kids, something that I said to any young people that encounter me. They always, when I said that I'm an engineer, that I have a PhD in engineering, they are like, oh, wow, you must be so smart. That's so difficult. It's not. I'm not super smart, and it's not that difficult. I think it's something that has been put in people's minds. I'm not saying that doesn't need a lot of work. I'm not saying it doesn't need a lot of sitting and reading books and understanding and practicing and exercises. But science is awesome, and it's not this difficult achievement that you need, that only people that are super smart with genius IQs can be successful at. So I would say, don't be afraid of science, don't be afraid of engineering, technology, because half of it is not believing that it's as hard as people have maybe made you believe it is.